Hey guys, welcome back to the M News, doing a top 10 video. The top 10 worst movies of 2013, my opinion. I'm always going to be held in my opinion. You don't have to, you have to agree with me? No, you don't have to agree with me. You can always say, I really like that movie, and that's fine. If you like the movie, that's great. These are just movies I felt that were not the greatest and deserved probably to be, crapped on and such and such forth. So let's get started. I have an honorable mention. It's The Lords of Salem. I did not like this movie, but I can honestly say there was 10 others that were a lot worse than The Lords of Salem, so it's my honorable mention. And then we got some guilty pleasures of the year. These are movies I liked that other people just did not like. Okay, The Lone Ranger is one. White House Down, and then Grown Ups 2. Those are the only guilty pleasures of the year. Are they great movies? No, they're not great movies, but can they be enjoyable for certain people? Yeah, they can be enjoyable. So let's get started with my top 10 worst movies of 2013. Coming in at number 10 is M. Night Shyamalan's After Earth. After Earth, it's such a bad movie. It's so bland and lifeless and so boring to sit there and watch. It's not the worst movie of the year for me. It's certainly not the greatest movie of the year. It's my number 10. So yeah, After Earth is my number 10. Coming in at number 9 is the Rest in Peace Department, R.I.P.D., starring Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds. Two great actors. Such a silly, dumb movie, a rip-off version of the Men in Black trilogy. It's so dumb and so bland. It's easy. It's so easy. Someone could have easily come up with this. They could have looked at Men in Black and said, demons and ghosts. That's what R.I.P.D. was. It's a dumb movie. I don't recommend it to anybody. Coming in at number 8 is Getaway. Getaway stars Ethan Hawke. It stars Ethan Hawke and Selena Gomez in a car chase movie. I think that's all I gotta say. Coming in at number 7 is Only God Forgives. I felt this movie was so boring. It's a boring movie. When the action sequences come, I guess they're alright, but then the whole movie is just so lifeless. I sat there just wanting something to pop, and nothing happened. The movie is lifeless. It's boring as can be. And I just could not stand this movie. Visually, yes, the movie looks great, but it's so boring. This bored me more than After Earth did, and I hate to say it, but it did, and man, I did not like that one bit. Coming in at number 6 is A Good Day to Die Hard. I almost would want to die that day when I found out A Good Day to Die Hard would come out. This is my number 6, and it's worse than Getaway, After Earth, and R.I.P.D. because going into some of these movies, you can already tell they're not going to be great. All right, when you go into a film saga that has been great and they screw it up, that's even worse. A Good Day to Die Hard is a pile of shit, and I do not recommend it. Even if you're a Die Hard fan, do not watch A Good Day to Die Hard. You will be very much disappointed. And it's my number 6 for that reason. It's so disappointing and so dumb and stupid. It's a pile of crap, and I never expect you to watch it. I would never expect you to watch A Good Day to Die Hard. Now time for my top 5 worst years of 2013. Coming in at number 5, I have Texas Chainsaw 3D. The movie is so bad. It's so dumb. It takes on its own story. It looks at the original sequels to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It looks at them and says, screw you, I'm my own movie, and we're going to take this saga into a whole new, just one whole movie. And it's dumb, very, very dumb, but the whole saga right after the first movie was kind of dumb. So I don't know where to go with this, but they could have done so much better. I almost rather a remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and like they did in 2003, and a continuation for another saga after that, because the remake was 2,500 times better than this piece of crap. Alright, coming in at number 4, we have Movie 43. The movie is so dumb. so stupid. It's a Saturday Night Live mess up where everything just goes to total wreckage, and I did not like this movie one bit. It is by far one of the worst movies of the year. Probably even is the worst movie of the year in a lot of people's ways, but it certainly wasn't mine. But it should be up there with number 1, but it's just not. I feel there's more movies that were just by far worse than movie 43. So let's get on to my number 3 now. Coming in number 3 is The Host, by the same writer of the Twilight Saga, the shitty Twilight Saga, I must say. It's the same kind of deal. We got the same romance bullcrap that we got in the Twilight movies. Though this movie was even more worse than the Twilight movies, I did not feel this movie needed to be made. I didn't even feel like it needed to be even written. But even said that she's a writer, so she can write whatever she wants. I will never read that book. I will never read the Twilight book, so there was no point of this movie being made for me whatsoever. Coming in number 2 is Scary Movie 5. Scary Movie, if you want to call it. Scary Movie 5 is such one of the worst sequels in movies I've ever seen, even spoofs. This is probably one of the worst spoofs I've ever seen. Actually, I've never been so bored in my entire life while watching this movie, even knowing there is one that even was a lot worse than this. For me, Scary Movie 5 is a pile of shit. Coming in at number 1 for the worst movie of the year, and this movie has been creeping in the shadows, unseen by most YouTube critics. I won't let it pass. I think it's one of the most stupidest sequels that has ever been made in the history of movies. It is The Last Exorcism Part 2. This movie, so bad, so dumb, not even the slightest bit of scary. I think this movie is the worst movie of the year. I swear to you, I wasted an hour and a half watching this movie of my life. It's so dumb, so lifeless, so it doesn't even fit well in the horror genre. I wouldn't even consider it a horror movie more than a drama. And it is so dumb and so boring and so stupid. I have no idea why it was even attempted to be made. Honestly, I wasn't even a huge fan of the first movie. I thought it was okay. This one was just god-awfully horrendous, and I will never watch it again in the history of my life. So guys, that was my top 10 worst movies of the year. And I do know what you're thinking. Why wasn't the Smurfs 2 in there? Smurfs 2, it was so bad. So horrendous. I would honestly tie that with probably number 3. I could tell you this now, I just remembered Smurfs 2 at this very second. The movie is god-awfully terrible. If you do want to watch it, I feel sorry for you. Don't ever watch the Smurfs 2. Don't even watch the first movie. God-awfully horrendous. So thanks for watching.